Hello, everyone. I am Divit Gupta, and welcome to another fun episode of Tech Talk with Divit. Today on the show, we are celebrating the Mother's Day, and our guest on the show is a huge wrestling fan. She has been with Oracle for almost 25 years. Please welcome Oracle's Vice President, Anjala Mangal. Hi, Angela. Welcome to my show, Tech Talk with Divit. How are you doing today?
Hi, Divit. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hey, you're welcome. As you know, we are celebrating the Mother's Day, and I don't think so I could have found anyone better than you to be a guest on the show. Hey, not a lot of people know that you are a wrestling fan, and that's because of your son, right?
Correct.
Hey, so why don't you tell our audience a little bit about you, your son, how you became a wrestling fan, your work at Oracle? So many questions, but go ahead.
Sure. So a lot of people know I have one son. He is pursuing an undergrad in mechanical engineering at Stevens Institute of Technology. It's in Hoboken, a small school, and he's on their wrestling team.
Wow.
How did we get interested in wrestling is very interesting. So my son picked up wrestling in middle school, went back and forth, and then really became serious in high school. So he wrestled 4 years in his high school and did really want to pursue wrestling in college. So I am located in California, and he decided to go as far as away from home he could to go and to wrestle in college. So he is in the Stevens wrestling program. So go Ducks, that you can see it in my background. Oh, yeah. And that's how both me and my husband got really interested. And we now wonder what we would have, if we could have started earlier on when he was younger, and maybe we could have seen even more success with him, right? So
right.
I don't know how much you know about wrestling. So it's a winter sport. So it starts around October, November, and goes through to March when they have their nationals. So during that time, we spend a lot of time watching the tournaments on TV, or before the pandemic, we would go visit my son in New Jersey for a week or so, watching his tournaments, enjoying time with his team. So that's how I got into wrestling.
That is nice, but it must be tough as a mother, right? To have your son go away, pursue his dreams. Isn't it hard? Especially if you're coming from South Asia, I think.
Yeah.
My mom would not let me go anywhere.
Yep, I guess it's part of all growing up. I grew up in India, and I moved very far away into the US. So I think it's about adjusting, letting them grow and go after their dreams. So as long as they're happy, I think the parents are happy. Yeah, wrestling is a tough sport. So, and any sports, there is a lot of emotions attached, ups and downs. So you celebrate their wins, and you also sympathize with them on their losses. But it's all good sports, and it really brings in good discipline and time management, especially wrestling, as my son has experienced and grown. You asked me how about being a mother, right? So that's an interesting topic, because growing up, all of us don't realize, right, how much our moms do to make our day-to-day life going and getting things done. And you only get that realization when you yourself become a mom, and right, you go through that full cycle of how your moms helped you. So yeah, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank my mom for what all she has done, and I really love her. And also happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and especially to my Stevens moms. So there's a huge wrestling group of all the wrestlers. There's a mom chat group that we have, and they really take care of my son, who is very far away from home. So it's been really a good experience for him.
This episode is definitely going to be very close to my heart. I love my mom a lot.
and I'm sure she's going to love this episode. But tell me about your work at Oracle. I guess you're going to complete 25 years at Oracle soon. Isn't that true?
Almost. I just completed 24 years at Oracle. Wow. So I joined the database development team in 1998 as a senior member of technical staff. And I joined this team, which was really dealing with customer issues. So it's a customer-focused development team at Oracle. And the whole vision, mission of this team is it revolves around customer success, right? Ensuring how we can make our customer experience superior, right? So my team deals with the on-premises and cloud service production issues. So once the customer, if they report any issues, support handles, right? They try to figure out what the customer issue is. And if eventually the first line of support is in development is my team, right? And the focus from my team is to make sure that the customer is successful in using the Oracle products, cloud services. And how do we go about it, right? We want to make sure we are very effective when we are handling any escalation, making sure the customer issues are promptly resolved. But not only that, we also want to strive to continuously improve our products, improve diagnosability in the products, which is very close to my heart, and improve resiliency. And, you know, it has been an interesting journey for me. We primarily focused on our on-prem customer, right? Where a customer would call in, report a problem, and then we would go back and forth with them through support. But with cloud services, especially with autonomous and even our customer managed service, we have learned a lot of, or we have gained a lot of experience on what our customers would go through and even further improve how we would effectively manage issues. Because with autonomous, we are dealing with all the issues ourselves, right? So we are both the operations and the customer here. So I think we need
the learning never ends. The learning never ends.
Never
right?
ends. Yeah.
So every time I hit a bug, if at all I hit a bug, I get to you, right?
Yes, you can call me. And we get pinged a lot through Slack channels, and we work a lot with our internal team. So one of our big customers internally is Fusion App SaaS. We directly work with their tech ops teams, and if they have any issues, then we help them resolve. Whenever there is a major incident, once we immediately mitigate it and it has been resolved, then we get together with all the players who are involved and look at what went well, what didn't go well, the lessons learned, and the improvements that we need to put in place. So again, going back to the theme of customer success, right? We are continuously striving to see what we can improve so our customers have the best experience.
That is great. That is great. I'm curious, how do you manage?
Sorry.
How you manage a team? You know, like is it really tough to work when you are taking care of development and I think some aspect of support as well?
So my team is a global team. We have a pretty big presence in India and then in the US. So we do partner and collaborate pretty well within my team and across the development teams. So in a way, we are an extension of a lot of the development teams because we cover the database stack, Exadata, Golden Gate, and all the cloud services. So it's more through collaboration, working together, that we manage these critical escalations.
That is nice. That is nice. Hey, I know you do a little bit of hiking as well. So do you go out with your kids as a mom, take them to hiking? And so how do you manage your work-life balance?
That's an interesting question, David. My husband and I took on hiking just more recently in the last couple of years. You will know when you have kids going to high school and then, there's the life revolves around all their activities and all taking them to different classes. So we didn't really have that much time. We didn't do too much hiking with our son, we were busy taking him to tournaments from one place to the other. So I took on hiking recently, and I try to do it over the weekends. And we have some preserves. Since we are in California, the weather is pretty good. So that's how, and it's a good break. You talk about work-life balance, right? Somebody asked me, what is that? So there is no like perfect balance, right? So you need to get more discipline on taking breaks, right? Setting some boundaries. But I would say working at Oracle, right? That's the thing I love about, right? We are so flexible. We collaborate, network, and support each other. So I haven't felt like, yeah, I don't have a work-life balance, right? So I don't know. It works out pretty well in the environment we have.
You appear so calm and composed. It's hard to believe you're a wrestling fan. Right? you look so non-violent.
It's not a violent sport. I don't know. A lot of people compare wrestling to boxing. Actually, because it is a sport which really requires a lot of planning, and right, because you have to plan your moves, whether you're going to pin your opponent or you're going to take them down. So it's a more strategic sport than a violent sport like people.
But yeah, it's very interesting. And I have to thank all the mothers out there. I love my mom. I see my wife, as a mother, like who's taking care of my kids. And especially when you're taking care of the house, she's taking care of her job, kids. It's such a, I would say it's a blessing to be a mother, but a lot of responsibility as well. So I have to thank all the wonderful, beautiful mothers out there.
I would fully agree with you. It is challenging, but I think it also helps if you have a very supportive spouse. So I do want to give a shout out to my husband. I don't think without his support, we could have managed, especially with my role at Oracle, right? You never know when a customer is going to hit an issue and you need to drop everything, get on a call to help them out. But also, so that helps a lot, right? If you have a supportive spouse. Being a mother, it's a lot of fun also, right? You get to do a lot of interesting things, but I believe you would need all the support from your family around, especially if you're doing a full-time job, right?
That reminds me, I have to ask you something. Any words of wisdom, advice to all the young mothers who are just becoming mothers? Any advice to them?
Are you making me feel really old, David?
No, you're not. But you're doing such a great job as a mother, right?
I would say do spend time here with your kids. Enjoy, right? Take time off. Take them out. Don't feel guilty that you need to spend time with your kids, because that time doesn't come back. So sometimes I feel, I should have spent more time with my son when he was growing up. But I think we did have good times and a lot of fun. But also enjoy your work, but also make sure you enjoy your family and don't feel guilty about it, because we always, right, with moms, that's the thing. You feel guilty. Am I spending enough time with my family, or am I spending too much or giving enough time to my work? So that would be my advice to all the young moms who are out there. Enjoy yourself and feel good about what you are doing.
Right. Thank you for your words of wisdom. I mean, you've shared your wealth of knowledge, and I can't thank you enough. Anjala, thank you for coming on the show. It's a special episode, very close to my heart. I can't thank you enough. I will catch up with you again someday on another episode of Tech Talk with Divit. Thank you again.
Okay, thank you, Divit. Again, happy Mother's Day to everyone. And please do wish that to your wife and mom too. Thanks, Divit.
I will. Thank you.